Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I want to focus on 3 important factors that you should pay attention to when you're wanting to control your blood sugars. Now, when it comes to diabetes, there are so many pieces to the puzzle as far as whether or not you're able to control your blood sugars. So we're talking about not only diet, but then also physical activity, stress, sleep, nutrient deficiencies. So as a professional, or as a dietitian, that professional would definitely take all of those things into consideration when providing the appropriate recommendations. Now, today I'm specifically focusing on diet and the 3 things that are important to take into consideration. So number 1 is the amount of food that you consume. If we take rice as an example, and let's say we were to consume a tablespoon of rice versus a full cup of rice, it's very self-explanatory. The cup of rice is going to affect your blood sugars a lot more than if you just consumed a tablespoon. So the amount that we consume is definitely important. Number 2 is the type of food. So in this case, I want to mention something that's called the glycemic index. For those of you who are not familiar with the glycemic index, it's really a reference as to how foods affect our blood sugars. And there are 3 different categories. There's the high glycemic, there's the medium glycemic, and then there's a low glycemic. So high glycemic means that those foods affect your blood sugars more. So we're talking about white rice, white bread, white pasta, ripe bananas, mangoes, grapes, you name it. Those are some of the high glycemic index foods. Low glycemic index foods are the ones that least affect your blood sugars. So these are meats, eggs, cheese, vegetables, nuts and seeds, certain fruits. So those are the low glycemic. So of course, the more we focus on low glycemic index foods, the better off we'll be in regards to the blood sugars. And then lastly is the combination that we make, meaning with every meal, whether we're talking about breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you always want to have 3 things. So number 1 is your carbohydrate, which is actually the food that is going to affect your blood sugars. But number 2 and number 3 is your protein and your fat. So even though you're just having a piece of fruit, let's say for breakfast, you definitely want to combine it with the protein, which can be eggs. And then the fat is maybe you incorporated coconut oil as your fat when you cooked or you made the eggs. So that's the combination. You have your carbohydrate, which is the fruit, the eggs is your protein, and then the fat would be the coconut oil that you use. So making that combination definitely reduces the impact of your blood sugars in your system. So those are the 3 things. Just to recap, we're talking about the amounts that we consume, mainly in regards to carbohydrates, of course. The less we consume, especially of the high glycemic index foods, the better off our blood sugars are, or the lower our blood sugars are going to be. Focusing more on low glycemic index foods. And then lastly, the combination of carbohydrate, protein, and fat. Now, if you're interested in getting a list of all the low glycemic index foods, take a look at my website. Once you subscribe, you will automatically get the low glycemic index food list in your email. So my website is www.myfunctionalbites.com. I'm going to include it below in the comments. And if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I will see you in the next video.